This is the drive home with TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from the Den where it finished. Millwall 2, Hull City 2. Another game without a win. And that's a game we should have won today. We were the better team, and Hull didn't really have any quality at all. I think they scored with their only two attempts on goal. A tough one to take really, because we seem to have enough. We seem to have enough in that game, and then we done what we usually do and sat back and conceded a goal, and then looked like we was going to try again. But we'll go to the starting lineup. So we had Archer in goal, Romeo and Meredith right back and left back, the normal centre back pairing of Cooper and Hutchinson. Right midfield was Jed Wallace. Left midfield, magically returning from injury, was Aidan O'Brien. The centre midfield pairing of the two Ryans, so Ryan Leonard and Ryan Tunnicliffe, and up front we had two fit strikers from somewhere as well. So we had Steve Morrison and Lee Gregory. First 5 minutes we started really well actually. We were looking dangerous, always attacking down both wings. You know, Aidan done that very well today, and Jed Wallace was quality on the ball, really trying to run at them. And then all of a sudden Meredith's caught upfield trying to make a tackle. The ball eventually breaks down our left side where Tunnicliffe hasn't picked up the runner. You know, he's covered in as left back, so Meredith's over there, so Tunnicliffe's covered in a left back. He's not tracked the runner in, but been behind Grasicki, and he bangs it in near post. It was a tough one to save because he's hit it with a lot of force, but no keeper likes getting beat at the near post, so that was slightly disappointing. We then struggled to get ourselves back up for it, but we created a few chances, and eventually the goal did come on about the 35th minute. Decent bit of play down our left side. Aidan's flicked it onto Meredith, who's chipped it to the back post, where Gregory's done well, to be honest, to get his nut on it. Puts it in top corner, and we are deservedly back all even. Nothing really happened for the rest of the first half. We didn't really create anything. They didn't really create anything. Second half, we come out again. We're full of beans. We're attacking. We've created a number of decent chances. You know, Aidan's coming again from the left side, squares it for Jed Wallace, who hits it. It's cleared off the line. We then have another decent chance. Eventually, Morrison plays it into Aidan, takes a decent touch, creates some space for himself, and he smacks it into the bottom right hand corner. No less than we deserved. And at that stage, we were all over them. You know, we were creating chances, playing some good football. Both Ryans in midfield, which is what they give us compared to when Williams is there. They're happy to run on it, and they were running on it, and we were pressing Hull back. Once we got that goal, for some, well, not for some unknown reason, because we should be used to it by now, and we sat back deeper and deeper and deeper. They still weren't creating any chances, but you just felt something was going to happen, and it did. It was an awful goal to concede. From a defensive point of view, it's piss poor. The ball's to the back post, where the guy's got a complete free header. Considering we do the same corner so often with ourselves giving it to Jake, they've left him completely unmarked. He's then nodded it back into, and there's another guy who's 3 yards out and unbelievably unmarked, and it's 2-2. And we do push forward, but we don't do enough. My man of the match today was Jed Wallace. I thought he was absolutely superb. You know, his head went down at the end, and I think so did all the players. They were dejected. They're like, oh, here we go again. We haven't done enough, and we've conceded, and we're not going to get a win. And that's what happens when things are not going your way. But for me, it was disappointing because we were so much the better side when we were attacking. We looked dangerous. We were always at them, and then I just don't know why we decided to sit back again. Zach, who was your man of the match?
Aidan O'Brien for his running and very, very good skills.
That's not a bad call. What about you, Alf?
My man of the match was Aidan O'Brien because he scored a goal.
Yeah.
And he also done well down the wing. Did some good skill and running.
Okay, so it's 2 votes for Aidan O'Brien. He did have a good game. He looked good on the left wing. But I'll stick with Jed Wallace. We'll go to ref watch, and the ref, Keith Stroud, or the Grumpy from the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, wasn't too bad today, to be honest. The thing is, there was a couple of naughty challenges from Hull that went unpunished. We didn't really get the rub of the green, but you know, we don't normally. There's no real shock horror there. I felt that sometimes, you know, a big decision can go against them, but it didn't. You know, there was, like I said, there was a couple of naughty ones, but our players don't make the most of it. They literally just jump back up again and just get on with it. Which, you know, against us, teams roll around and the trainer comes sprinting on like we've broken their leg, and then all of a sudden he makes a miraculous recovery. It's tough. We've got Preston next week. It's always a tough place to go for us. We don't very rarely get anything at Preston, so we're going to have to be better than we were today. But like I said, it's so I'm really the emotion in me today more than anything is frustration, and I'm frustrated for 2 reasons. One, we should have won that game. You know, we were better than Hull. Hull offered very, very little quality whatsoever, and I'm frustrated because we sat back. When we take the lead, we were just absolutely running them back. They were all over the place defensively. We were dangerous from both sides, but we just, as soon as we scored that second goal, it became a little bit further back and a little bit further back and a little bit further back, and until we're sitting on our own goal line, conceded a corner, and it's 2-2, and they've nicked a point. You know, they didn't bring many fans, and I do want to say our atmosphere at the moment at home is absolutely god awful. It is terrible, and I'm embarrassed that I know the team are not playing too well, and I know results are not going our way, but we're not a team that sings when we're winning. But the atmosphere at the Den is just, it feels like there's a grey cloud over it. And to be fair, there were quite a lot of grey clouds over the Den for most of the game. Even for me, it's hard to get up for it. It's hard to get passionate when, you know, things are not going our way. But the players did show passion today. The players did show that they cared. The players did put in a shift. As you can notice, I'm going across, well, I don't know if you can notice, but I'm going across Tower Bridge because they've closed the Rotherhithe Tunnel, which is going to make my journey even longer. You know, you think things are not going your way. They're not at the moment. We've got to get a win. You know, October the 27th against Ipswich was our last win. We need to turn it around, because although we're at the bottom 3, there are not too many positives. I'll keep your fingers crossed. Keep going. Neil's going to get the boys going. But it's tough. It's tough at the moment. We need to win badly. Never stop believing. Zach, are we going to beat Preston?
Maybe.
Says it all. Never stop believing. Come on, you Lions.